Liverpool have been, and will be, the headline acts of the summer transfer window. After winning the Premier League at a canter in his first season, Arne Slot could have been excused for putting his feet up and reveling in his success. Instead, the Reds have gone about an eye-catching and costly spending spree. Florian Wirtz has already arrived in a club record £116 million deal, while Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez have signed for a combined £150 million, but that could just be the prelude to the biggest deal of theirs and any other team's window. The saga surrounding Isak shows no signs of slowing down, in fact the opposite is more accurate. The Newcastle striker is doing his best to force through a huge transfer. But the Magpies are so far standing their ground. Here is the latest on that, and any other transfer stories coming from Anfield. Isak goes nuclear. Alexander Isak has told Newcastle he considers his career there over, whether he gets his dream move to Liverpool or not. The Swede has made it clear he wants to pursue new challenges, but thus far has failed to secure an exit. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe has him training away from the first-team squad and left him out of last weekend's pre-season doubleheader. And that absence is set to continue, with Isak reportedly unwilling to play for the club again. There have also been suggestions he has moved out of his rental property in the northeast and has no intention of returning. So far, Liverpool have seen one bid of £110 million rejected, with Newcastle demanding closer to £150 million. Liverpool are hopeful of completing a deal to sign Marc Guehi after positive initial talks. Crystal Palace are reluctant, but acceptant that they may have to sell their skipper, who has just 1 year remaining on his deal. Guehi wants to play Champions League football and is keen on the move to Anfield. Mirror Football understands that talks are now officially underway and there is optimism that a deal could be completed. Palace chairman Steve Parish recently admitted that they may have to sell Guehi, despite winning the FA Cup just 3 months ago. About cashing in on him this summer, rather than losing him for free, he said, "We'd have to do that, of course. For players of that caliber to leave on a free, it's a problem for us unfortunately. Joachim Andersen went to Fulham last summer, and we couldn't afford to lose both. We then had another bid, for Guehi, in January, but that was a different situation. We'll just have to see what happens. But, you know, it needs a new contract or a conclusion of some kind." Elliott open to Leipzig move, when it comes to exits, with Darien Nunez out the door. Harvey Elliott's is perhaps the big one to watch. Elliott has made it clear that he would like to stay at Anfield for the rest of his career, but with more competition for places he looks likely to move on. Reports from Germany suggest that the player has shown encouraging signs towards a move to RB Leipzig, where he could be reunited with Jurgen Klopp. The 22-year-old is said to be open to the move, but he has plenty of other options and could yet remain in the Premier League.